Andrew Dickens, Newstalk ZB. With your job with the Democrats, when you look back at the first term of Barack Obama's presidency, are you satisfied with what he's achieved?
Absolutely. I don't know if you've seen the documentary, The Journey, or it's The Road Back, or The Journey Back. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, it's about his first term. I'm going to give you the exact name, but talks about, I mean, from his first act he signed in Congress, the Lilly Ledbetter Act, equal pay for women. That was huge for us. Passing the Affordable Care Act, which gives access to affordable health care for millions and millions of Americans. Regarding immigration, you know, because Congress wouldn't act, he took an executive order to stop deportations of dreamers. Dreamers are kids who came to our country through no fault of their own, but who are succeeding, have no criminal record, and want to go to college. These are people who want to contribute to our economy. So, you know, we've had private sector job growth for the past 36 months straight. You know, jobs, the economy, education. He's doubled the Pell Grant system, which is how I went to college, through Pell Grants, which is helps people go to college. So for me, I think you know, that's kind of my job as being on the re-election campaign, is to let people know about his record. I think a lot of people don't know enough about what he's done. He's ended the war. He killed Osama bin Laden. I mean, that's a lot to do in one term.
And my second question is, as co-chair of the fundraising committee, you're involved in probably the most expensive political campaign in history.
Yeah.
In New Zealand, we have caps on political advertising spending.
We used to.
Should we be having that in America?
We used to, you know, before Citizens United, which is one of the most dangerous things ever passed in the United States. I'm against Citizens United. I'm against the lack of transparency that it provides. It really centralizes the money coming from a small amount of individuals. You know, the Obama campaign is made up of millions of people donating on average $40. We just passed Obama's election. We just passed 10 million donations. 10 million people have donated to his campaign, where if you look on the Republican side, it's maybe 5 people have donated the majority of the money. So it's very dangerous. It's very dangerous to not have those laws into place. And hopefully our Supreme Court will, you know, turn that around, because Citizens United is very dangerous, and it's unfortunate. But, you know, in our country, as y'all, I'm sure, whether you donate $10 million or $10, we both get 1 vote. And so that pretty much balances out.
I don't actually get approval for that question, so it wasn't my second question.
You can ask anything you want.
The other day you were pictured on a red carpet in an ASOS dress worth $65. Is it the look and not the label that counts for Eva Longoria on the red carpet?
You know, my style motto is comfort. So I wear a lot of H&M and Topshop, and yeah, I don't know who this is right now, but and I never know who I'm wearing. I'm always on a red carpet, I never know. But yeah, I'm not really, I don't focus on labels, I focus on quality. Was that your approved question? Yes, I love it.
What's your feeling being on the campaign trail about voter turnout?
Oh my God, I love all of this Obama stuff. We need to sell Obama T-shirts on the shopping channel. You know, voter turnout is always a iffy thing. I think voter apathy is always a concern every year, especially this year, because there's a lot of voter suppression laws that have been passed in certain states that will prevent you from voting if you don't have a proper identification. And that really disenfranchises minority communities, blacks, Latinos, young people, college students who don't have a state ID, and older people who haven't had a driver's license in years. And so it's basically a poll tax. It's basically preventing people or charging people to vote in a circumvent kind of way. So voter turnout's going to be very interesting this year, because it's going to be a tight race. And so if there's 300,000 people in Pennsylvania who can't get to the polls, that's the difference of Obama winning that state or not. Great. Am I supposed to say anything?
They're very quiet.
You can ask me whatever you want.
Hi, you've spoken about your own personal experiences at the Democratic National Convention. Is that what drove you to become co-chair?
Well, no, I've been politically active since I was 17 in the first Clinton campaign I volunteered in. But yeah, my political activism has evolved, but I was civically engaged long before I was famous, so it was just kind of a natural evolution for me. I care deeply about my country, and in looking at the candidates, who's going to move it forward, and that's when I was asked to be part of Obama's re-election campaign, because I think he has the best vision for our country.
You've also talked about the clear choice between Obama and Romney. Is that passion that we saw last election, is that still there, or has it dissipated? Oh yeah, it's absolutely there. You know, I speak to two specific demographics, Latinos and women, and there's definitely an attack on women in the United States. We're fighting wars and battles we've already won, and we're kind of digressing for women's rights and women's access to health care. As Latinos being the largest growing demographic in the United States, there's a lot of issues tied to the future success of the United States, which is tied to the Hispanic community. So that passion is definitely there with everybody who was there in 2008, if not more. It's one of the most important elections we'll face.
Eva, I'm Estelle from Classic Hits. What is your most loved purchase?
My most loved, probably my parents' house. Yeah, that was like the first thing I bought when I had money. And I think a leather jacket. I mean, that was like my big splurge. But I bought my parents' house before mine.
And was that a process between you and your parents, or you just surprised?
Yeah, because, you know, I grew up on a ranch with cows and chickens, and that's where they lived. And so I moved them into the city to be closer to medical care for my older sister who has special needs. And I always thought they were just way too far in the middle of nowhere. And I remember when I bought the house, they did not want it. They were like, no, 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 no. It's too big. It's, you know, it wasn't even that big. They just had wanted no part of it to move into the city, the big city. But they love it now, and they always, you know, thank me every day for it.
After Sex and the City's TV series, they made the movie. So do you think there's a chance for a Desperate Housewives movie?
No, no. Our creator has said that many times. He's not going to write the movie. You know, if you look at Sex and the City, they only had about 12 episodes for 6 years, 12 episodes a season for 6 years. So they warranted making a movie because they didn't fully explore those characters enough with so little episodes. We did 23, 24 episodes a year for 8 years. That's over 100 episodes. So I think we've fully explored every affair and trouble and child rearing and divorce that we could possibly take.
Hey Eva, Jay from Z, how are you?
Hi Jay.
I'm good, thanks for asking. Just quickly, on the shopping side of things, when it's a guy buying a gift for a girl, and especially a surprise gift,
yeah,
because we're a romantic bunch here in New Zealand, what are some of the pitfalls that us as fellas should steer clear of when it comes to shopping for the fairest?
Oh, I always say stay clear of clothes, because you could offend a woman by size. You know, like, why'd you give me a large? You can never go wrong with jewelry. I just think, you know, diamonds are a girl's best friend. Yeah, and, you know, what's another pitfall? I've gotten some bad gifts from people over the years.
What would be the worst things? What other things are an absolute no-go other than the clothes?
No, I mean, the guy has good taste. Clothes are okay. I don't know. That's a funny question. I don't know. I would just say the sure bet's jewelry. You thinking of getting something? Well, perfume is sometimes a pitfall too, yeah. unless you know the scent that they like. But that's what you should buy mine.
Thank you very much.
Is life even normal for you? Do you ever, is it even not like this?
Yeah, you know, this is not normal. You know, it's not like I sit through press conferences every day, but it's I'm pretty domestic. I've been home since the show ended, cooking and being with my friends and being with my family, and you know, the last month and the next month will be extremely busy because I've been traveling for the president, and I'll be with the president again for the last big fundraiser we're doing in Miami, because Florida's an important state for us. And but yeah, I mean, my family grounds me pretty well. They're always there to bring me right back down to earth.
So there is, I mean, and no offence to L'Oreal, but there's more to life than hair and makeup and being in front of the camera and behind the microphone.
There's a lot more to life, a lot more to life. And I think that's why I'm so politically engaged, is because a lot of people ask me too, aren't you scared to polarize half the country with your politics? And for me, sometimes I think there's things more important than my fan base. It's you know, about our country, and it's about the future that we're going to leave for our children. And a lot of these issues I care very deeply about. And so for me, it's important to have that voice and opinion.